On the news this morning, President Muhammadu Buhari pained at murder of Captain Abdul Karim, first son of Senator Bala Naala. Rivers State government to commission another round of projects commissioned from the end of September. Manager of cargo boat attacked by military helicopter in Bonny refutes defense headquarters claim that they were oil thieves. Chief Judge of Rivers, 5 other states summoned over conflicting court orders. ASU threatens fresh strike. On the foreign scene, U.S. completes withdrawal from Afghanistan. I am Ifeami Andrew. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed deep sorrow over the murder of Captain Abdul Karim, the first son of Senator Bala Naala. Captain Abdul Karim Naala was murdered at his residence in Kaduna State. His father has said his son was strangled to death in his room by the killers who gained access through the roof. In a statement, Presidential aide Garba Shehu said the president described the death of Abdul Karim as another tragic chapter in nation's current security challenges. He, however, reassured of his commitment to protecting the lives and property of all Nigerians. President Buhari again appealed to Nigerians to volunteer useful intelligence to enable security agencies track down and bring terrorist gangs to justice. The Rivers State government will carry out another round of project commissioning from the end of September. Governor Wike gave the hint during the inspection of some projects in Port Harcourt City and Obiakpo local government areas. He said there is no local government area in the state that his administration has not embarked on a project.
So frankly speaking, I can beat my chest and go home and sleep very well that the people of the state are quite happy. So you can see their faces. Everybody's happy what's going on. You can't see anybody protesting. That tells you the way they value and we relate with the people. You know, you must give governance a human face. So from this September ending, there will be another round of commissioning of projects that are likely to take another 2 weeks. There will be everyday commissioning of roads, commissioning of schools, commissioning of other basic infrastructures that affect other sectors of the economy.
Governor Nyesom Wike also said this administration has prudently managed the resources of the state.
Everything must not be money. People think that you have the whole money in this world before you be able to finish project. No, it is a matter of prudent management. It's a matter of you prioritizing what you think you need now and then what you think you need tomorrow. You cannot carry everything at the same time. With the way we are doing jobs, see every community is calling you, oh, we have this road here, oh, please come. But they forget that even if you have 20 years to be government, it is not possible for you to finish everything. But what that shows is that they appreciate, they've seen the level of work you are doing. Unlike before, how many times do you see communities, oh, you have done community B, you have abandoned community D. So people are happy. I'm quite impressed at how I wish I have all the time.
Some of the projects inspected include a Zingbu Link Road, a Pericom flyover, GRA Junction flyover, Nkbolu Okoroworokwo flyover, and Tombia Street extension. Some Rivers State civil servants say the 1-month notice given to them to vacate government buildings in OGRA is too sudden. 2 civil servants who live in the building told our correspondent that tenants were summoned by the head of service Rufus Godwin 2 weeks ago and told to leave the buildings. They said the state government is yet to officially serve them the letter asking them to leave.
The head of service summoned those that are in the quarters 2 weeks ago and then asked them to prepare to move out. But some of them got up and wanted to know how will they move out without money, just like that. And he said, governor said he's giving them just 1 month to move out. So for now, we don't know our fate yet. We are here based on the allocation we got from government. And if we are to move out, they should also serve us so that we know that we are moving out.
The first of all said we are not maintaining the quarters. You can see the building, just bought new paint and started painting, started the maintenance process. The next thing, they called for a meeting and said all the people should pack out. They gave us in a month's notice. Many government have come and gone. They have not just civil servants. But I'm surprised about this particular government.
Our correspondent reports that at the government building on Tombia Street, GRA Phase 2, all occupants have vacated the 2 buildings. Security men stationed at the building said there are plans to demolish the buildings. As you may know, the Rivers State government set up a task force on recovery of government properties across the state in 2019 with a mandate to ensure all illegal occupants of government properties vacate the properties. The task force is headed by the head of service Rufus Godwin. When contacted, he declined commenting on the matter. Away from that, the Chief Justice of Nigeria and Chairman of the National Judicial Council, Justice Tanko Mohammed, has summoned the Chief Judges of Rivers, Kebbi, Cross River, Anambra, Jigawa, and Imo State to an emergency meeting. This is part of efforts to stem the recent wave of embarrassing and conflicting ex parte orders emanating from judges in their jurisdictions. A lawyer, GT Ogunye, has commended the step by the Chief Justice of the country. Speaking on Channels Television, Mr. Ogunye accused politicians of using the judiciary as a tool to achieve political power.
Largely, politicians think that the judicial forum is an extension of their partisan platform for supremacy tussle. So for them, they want to use the judiciary, regardless of how hallowed the judicial forum is, to strengthen their own positions in their unending political contentions and conflicts. So they don't think that that forum is too sacrosanct for them to invade.
He also accused some judiciary members of encouraging politicians to take undue advantage of the system.
The judiciary has a duty to rebuff politicians when they come with their deleterious briefs and cases and say, no, go away. What the CJN has done as the chairman of the NJC and what the NJC may do is salutary. Some of the problems we have are caused by our legislations.
Meanwhile, the Chief Judge of Rivers State, Justice Simeon Amadi, says to achieve effective delivery in the judiciary, all staff of the state judiciary must be computer literate. Justice Amadi gave this charge on Monday in Port Harcourt while declaring open a 2-day seminar workshop for the staff of Rivers State Judiciary.
So if you really want to progress in the judiciary, please find a way to be computer literate. You can see now there's e-filing. We don't carry files again. Everything is done. Judges have complained. Many of you, registrars working with judges, you are not taking that aspect seriously. You don't even check your computer to know when cases have been assigned to your judges. You don't know how to prepare them. So take the advantage. I think there will be a session for the ICT.
Correspondent Sebiru Wari reports that the acting chief registrar of the Rivers State Judiciary, David Uhwa Madwin, in his opening remarks, said the essence of the workshop is to reposition the judiciary in line with the vision of the new chief judge of the state.
Achieving this repositioning would require the commitment and collaboration of all members of staff of the Rivers State High Court. Thus, this workshop is holding to explain this goal so that all staff will understand it, get equipped and be ready to be part of this new dawn in the Rivers State Judiciary for effective service. This is what has informed the choice of the team, which is repositioning the staff of the Rivers State Judiciary for effective service delivery. Every staff of the High Court of Rivers State is on call for service to the public.
The PDP leadership in Andoni local government area says they are in support of the party's decision against former national chairman of the party, Uche Secondus. The Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Honorable Ikunyo Waji Igbani, who spoke on behalf of the delegation during a solidarity visit to the State National Working Committee of the party, said their visit is to demonstrate their loyalty. He said the action of the party is for the collective interest of the PDP ahead of the 2023 general election. In his response, the state chairman of PDP,
our position is in line with what the party in the state supports. That if the interest of the state is threatened and the leader of the party in the state and the party itself are trying to ensure that they advance the interest of the state, the corporate interest of the state, which is greater than the interest of an individual, as Andoni leaders and members of the People's Democratic Party, we are in support of such position of the state. Partisan politics is not something that you will be too selfish about. We want to show the world, we want to prove to the world that as Andoni people, we cannot be selfish in whatever decision we take as a people.
In his response, the state chairman of PDP, Ambassador Desmond Akawo, said the former national chairman of the party, Prince Uche Secondus, was working against the interest of the party in the state.
Our brother erred, and it's not that he just did it and nobody spoke to him. I'm aware elders met him nothing less than 3 times, led by Chief Ferdinand Labraba. As of today, we thank God that the elders of the party, the members of the Board of Trustees, the Governors Forum, the Ministers Forum, they've all met and said, no, we must go this way. Because Nigerians are waiting for People's Democratic Party. Nigerians are so disturbed when they saw this. Because the only hope they have today is People's Democratic Party. For you from Andoni to have come out today to meet the party, to show that wherever the party is, if that's where your own interest lies, it's important. And there is nothing as encouraging as this. I'll pass the message to our leader to let him know that this has happened.
Correspondent Emeka Otuka reports that the meeting was attended by the Attorney General of the State, Zaccheaus Adango, Chairman of Andoni, Erastus Awotu, River State Head of Service, Rufus Godwin, Davis Ekanya, among others. An Ogoni Elders Forum, Digbo Kabari, says it's not true that Nigeria Petroleum Development Company NPDC has concluded plans to resume oil and gas production in Ogoni after an agreement with the Ogoni people led by Ogoni Liberation Initiative. A statement by the chairman of Bo Kabari Ogoni, Chief Monday Abwe, said the issue of resumption of oil production in Ogoni is very sensitive and requires painstaking multi-stakeholders consultation and not an NGO of doubtful pedigree. The statement warned the Ogoni Liberation Initiative against embarking on a move that may lead to another round of crisis that will be used as an excuse to eliminate the Ogoni leadership and its people. Digbo Kabari further called on the people of Ogoni to be vigilant and resist any attempt of the current situation or any other similar guise to provoke any form of violence or division in Ogoni land. Meanwhile, Ogoni Liberation Initiative says it is open to talk with all relevant stakeholders in Ogoni land and River State if the meeting would be centered on the development of Ogoni Kingdom. President of the group, Douglas Fabeke, stated this while reacting to comments by some Ogonis that he did not carry stakeholders along in his activities. Dr. Fabeke said he believes that such comments were geared towards tarnishing his hard-earned reputation locally and internationally. He said it is regrettable that despite his massive consultations, some persons still went to the media to make unguarded utterances. He maintained that the best way to achieve massive development on Ogoni land is through negotiation and unity. Dr. Fabeke, who said his ideas have been able to attract global investors and the federal government to the plight of the Ogonis, said he achieved these because he has been transparent in his activities. He further solicited for continued support of those who love the Ogoni struggle. He, however, said he would engage the youth to create a program through collaboration to make sure there is sustainable peace in the land. The chairman of Asari local government, Onengi Ofori George, has restated his administration's commitment to the development of the area. Mr. George said this shortly after inspecting some ongoing projects embarked upon by his administration in Asari local government area. He said his vision is to ensure that Asari local government area is economically viable. He, however, expressed satisfaction with the level of work done by contractors.
Our vision is to make sure that our people, as local governments, make them comfortable and they generate revenue for the council. Because everybody waiting for the jack to give us revenue. But as a council, we came in as a businessman. We feel if we put on this kind of market and then all the kind of facility we intend to put, we are riverine people, we are fishing people. This Kenama seafood is going to economically boost Asari Toro and the Calabar as general, by God's grace.
On his part, the Amayanabo of Ida community, His Royal Highness King Damiete Sekidokubo, thanked Mr. Onengi Ofori George for ensuring that the dividends of democracy gets to the grassroots.
I've never seen local government come to do a major thing. In fact, local government project is not here. You have seen it at the first time. Kido to you. God will bless you. And it will bless the old men with you who are ruling the local government. It's only this time, seeing local government money utilizing in the door. So kido to you. Thank you very much. We pray God for you.
One of the contractors, Ipalibo West, said the ongoing projects in the area have created employment for the youths.
Your project has also brought food on the tables of the workers, the artisans that we have in Calabar Kingdom. It's one of the advantages of this project that you have placed in this community. The iron benders, the electricians, the masons are all from Calabar. Not that we are discriminating, but specifically we are trying to encourage our local talents so that they can also excel in their fields. There is also economic improvement in the community because women coming to sell things here, food items and other things that also spread money into the community through this project, sir.
Our correspondent reports that the projects inspected include 500 capacities at Wele Memorial Hall in Ido and the ultra-modern seafood market in Kenyama, which will be commissioned in the first 100 days of his administration. Still ahead, ASUU threatens fresh strike. Stay tuned.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
The chairman of ASUU Uniport chapter, Uzoma Darlington, says the union will embark on another strike if the federal government fails to implement the agreement it reached with the union. The agreement had led to the suspension of the last strike, which lasted for almost a year. Professor Darlington said this in an interview with our correspondent.
By the end of tomorrow, which is the end of August, if government fails to honor the agreement, the union will have no other choice than to activate the process of embarking on a total comprehensive and indefinite strike. The union was supposed to meet with the federal government to evaluate the extent of implementation of the terms of the agreement. That meeting held on the 2nd of August. And of course, government promised that by the end of this month, that they were going to address, almost all those issues.
Professor Darlington accused the government of deliberately frustrating members of its union.
When strikes are suspended, there's always an agreement that there won't be any form of victimization. And as I speak with you, many of our members are being owed salary, some even up to 10 months. And of course, there are attempts every month to continue to meet our members, from the payroll. And we think it's a calculated attempt by the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation and the operators of IPs, to cause unnecessary hardship, untold hardship on our members. There wasn't even any good reason why those members have not been paid up till now, and why IPs continue, to meet their salaries on a monthly basis.
He urged the public to hold the government accountable for the impact the proposed strike could have on students who are supposed to return to school soon.
This is the time, for the members of the public to reach out to government for them to honor the agreement that they reached with the union. This implication, I think the government should be the one to answer this question, because since December last year, we have been on, despite the fact that they have not honored, the agreement they reached with the union. And that is how they keep moving from December to May, from May to August. And so I think there's still time for the members of the public to reach out to government for them to honor agreement.
The manager of the cargo boat attacked by a military helicopter in Bonny last week, Emmanuel Azaya, has refuted reports by defense headquarters that the boat they shot at was carrying illegally refined petroleum products. Mr. Azaya told correspondent Martha Okere that workers are now afraid to travel by sea following the incident.
We are not conveying anything related to bunkering. We don't do such business. Everybody are shocked of what happened, because this first experience is threatening life of people, and even the drivers and the workers. Nobody wants to work. The boys are running away because they don't want to play with their life, and it's what government should look into, honestly, because for them to say that it's a condescending boat, that is false information.
Record that the defense headquarters in a Facebook post said the military helicopter did not shoot boat passengers on Bonny River last Thursday, but illegal oil refiners carrying oil products. However, online photos showed the attacked boat was carrying foodstuff and not illegally refined crude. The photos showed bullet holes on the bags of foodstuff inside the attacked boat. The International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC, says Nigeria accounts for more than half of the total number of missing persons in Africa. In a statement marking the International Day of the Disappeared, it said around 24,000 people have been registered missing in the country. The organization said across Africa, more than 44,000 people, 45% of them children, are currently declared missing. The ICRC said about 82% of those missing are from just 7 countries with armed conflicts. Other countries with high numbers of disappeared people include Ethiopia, South Sudan, Somalia, Libya, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Cameroon.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
The U.S. has announced the end of its Afghanistan mission. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken told reporters that 123,000 people were safely flown out since the Taliban took over on 14th of August. Out of them, 6,000 were American citizens. It is unclear just how many of those evacuated are Afghans. Secretary Blinken says the U.S. will hold the Taliban to their promise to let people freely depart the country, as around 200 American citizens who still want to leave remain in the country. On the news this morning, you heard that President Muhammadu Buhari is deeply pained at the murder of Captain Abdul Karim, the son of Senator Bala Na Allah. Rivers State government will commission another round of projects from the end of September. Manager of cargo boat attacked by a military helicopter in Bonny last week has refuted reports by defense headquarters stating that the boat they shot at was carrying illegally refined petroleum products. The chief judge of Rivers State and 5 other states have been summoned over conflicting court orders. ASU has threatened a fresh strike. On the foreign scene, we told you that the U.S. has announced the end of its Afghanistan mission with 123,000 people safely flown out before the August 31 deadline. The news is edited by Enoho Ogbaviri. Contact our newsroom on 0818-900-0017. For more stories, visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. Light showers expected in Port Harcourt this morning. My name is Efemi Andrew. Thank you for listening and have a great day ahead.